Sean, a big welcome back to Shamrock Rovers. You must be delighted to have signed the deal and been back at the club where it all started for you.
Yeah, listen, I'm absolutely over the moon, to be honest. There's such a buzz around the club at the moment, and I can feel that even from being here just a few days. So I'm so happy to be here, and I can't wait to get going.
And during your time at Dundalk, you were so successful, five league titles. You must, and three FAI Cups, I think it is. We won't talk about the last one that you won, but in terms of coming to Shamrock Rovers, I presume you see continuity in winning trophies in your career here at Shamrock Rovers now in the future.
100%. Like, looking at the squad of players that's here and the talent that's here, and the drive and the togetherness they have here already in the group, it looks like from the outside looking in, it looks like a very close-knit group, and I think that's what kind of drives success. And I'm delighted to get the opportunity to be part of that, and hopefully, I can come here and improve as a player again, and hopefully, and if I can add something to the group, well, great. But just to even be coming back to the club, I'm so happy.
And you started your career at the club. It was a time where Rovers won the league in 2011. We're in the Europa League, but the club has changed since then. The likes of what we've got at Roadstone in particular, I think, there was several probably different places you were training back in 2011, and so even off the field, the development of the club is something I'm sure that attracted you to come and sign for Shamrock Rovers for 2021 and onwards.
Yeah, it is. Listen, I was at the club. I was a young lad. I was playing under 18 DDSL schoolboy football, and I didn't know what way it was going to go for me, if I was going to have a football career, if I was going to, I wasn't playing for a youth set up at a League of Ireland club, and Rovers, they gave me a chance. They gave me a chance to come and play as, in the youth system, and then obviously, gave me my senior debut. So it's something that I've always been very grateful for. And you mentioned, where the club has gone since then. It's amazing. Obviously, seeing the training ground was brilliant, and seeing the progress that's going on, off the pitch with the academy stuff, and and obviously Roadstone is a major thing for the club now. So it's a lot's changed since I've been here, but it's really great to be back, and hopefully I can repay the club for what they've done for me in taking a chance on me.
And bringing it to the club, I know Stephen Bradley has talked about having the right type of player around the club, the right attitude, and also experience, and we talked about the league championships at Dundalk, but also European football. So you played in Europa League in 2016, and obviously this season as well. A few of the games here for Dundalk in Tallaght Stadium. Just looking back on those European adventures, is there a game that stands out from those two campaigns? Maybe the Bate Borisov game here, or what kind of stands out for you during those games?
Yeah, I think the Bate Borisov game is obviously the one that would stand out for me. Just to know that we'd finally qualified for at least the Europa League group stages was an unbelievable achievement by a group of lads who were building towards this and hopefully having a go off European football. And obviously, as soon as the kind of final whistle went against Bate, we knew that was at least Europa League qualification. And obviously, we went close to getting to the group stage of the Champions League, which is is brilliant as well. But I'd say that would be the game that would stand out.
And just from this season, you got a couple of games against Arsenal, but I don't know how, looking on the outside, the buzz wasn't around, and I think that was just to do with the fact that supporters weren't allowed into the ground. What was the experience like this year, maybe compared to 2016? Does that kind of stand out in terms of the difference?
Yeah, listen, obviously, if it would have been great to be playing against Arsenal in the Aviva, and probably thousands at it, it would have been brilliant. I think one thing, the experience this year obviously is different with no supporters. It's a massive thing that the supporters can't be in the ground. I'm sure you guys found it the same having here, because we're only talking about the league game between Rovers and Dundalk here, and there's 7,500 here in the atmosphere, and it was just it's brilliant to have the place full. That was one thing probably it's disappointing, but you have to follow the rules. But the experience playing against Arsenal in 2 games was brilliant. Obviously the Premier League opposition, and they're really good. But I think in certain games, we kind of individual mistakes let us down. But overall, it was a great experience to play against those type of calibre teams.
And you'll take that experience into Europe with Shamrock Rovers in 2021, and we kind of know how important the Champions route is, and that's the opportunity that you'll have with Shamrock Rovers as the league champions. Yep. to hopefully progress in Europe. And Rovers have done well in Europe in the last few seasons under Stephen Bradley. I'm sure one of the reasons you you're coming here is to continue the huge amount of games that you've played for Europe and to help Shamrock Rovers progress.
Oh, 100%. Like 100%. I was saying, I think European football is suited to the style of football that's played here. I think there's a lot of technically, brilliant players in the squad here, and I think European football is definitely, an objective for the club. It's the club is going from strength to strength, and I think European football is something that's definitely achievable with the squad of players that's here.
And you've seen it up close because the rivalry has been between Dundalk and Shamrock Rovers in the last 2 seasons, and the progression of Rovers to continue, and they're looking to do that. The signing of yourself, Sean Hoare and Chris McCann, that the players that are coming in are adding to the squad to make it even better.
Oh yeah, the squad is so strong as it is. As I say, I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be part of it. It looks like a brilliant project, and once I spoke to the manager, I knew this was where I wanted to be. He feels like I can improve as a player here. Working with himself and the staff, and he has a lot of belief in me to do well. And that's I can't wait to get going now. And obviously you mentioned the signings, Sean Hoare, another. I've played with Shawnee at Pats and Dundalk, so I know how good of an addition he is to the squad. But there's a lot of competition for places. The squad is so strong. But competition is good. It's healthy and it brings out the best in people. And I think the manager and the club have added some really good players.
And you talk about the competition there. Also, then it's in training. So the likes of you'll be going up against in training against the likes of Graham Burke and Danny Mandrew, another new signing for Rovers as well. So that you'll be looking to help that as you progress to try and do as well as you can.
Oh yeah, the standard in training, I've no doubt, is really high. You don't achieve what this club has achieved recently without pushing each other in training and wanting to develop and get better. And I think you only be successful if you work hard, in training. And it looks as though the lads here, they're really dedicated and they want to win things, and they want to get better as a group and win things for each other. And it's definitely comes from the training ground.
And there's a familiarity as you come in. We were talking about, you were here before, but the likes of Sean Hoare that you played with, Ronan Finn that you played with before, Sean Kavanagh, from Ringsend, and all the supporters from Ringsend that were probably giving you a bit of grief when you're playing in Dundalk, you were playing as Rovers anyway. But now obviously everyone's very happy to see you back at the club for for next season.
Yeah, obviously being from where I'm from, Rovers is kind of a massive thing. It's obviously everywhere you go around Ringsend, you see something to do with Shamrock Rovers, and there's obviously the support base down there is massive, and they've always been really supportive of me, in my time at the club. And even though I left the club, they always wanted to see me do well, and I've always kept in touch with some of the supporters in Ringsend. And since I signed the contract, I've had a lot of text messages and wishing me well and saying they're happy to see me back. So hopefully I can be part of some good nights that they can be here to see.
Thanks, Sean. That's brilliant.
No worries, no problem.